Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
So, this is our second installment of Tea with Nafi. We got the original booth boss. Third, listen, where was I? I was on vacation. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let me not do you a disservice. This is the third installment of Tea with Nafi. She coming in and got quite a few topics for us today. We're gonna talk about some of this March Madness, and it's a lot of madness, especially with what we got going on with the outbreak situation. They are definitely with the shenanigans. So, without further ado, Nafi, dab on her one time and spill that tea.
Good evening, identifiers.
Hey, let her live, yo. Let her live.
Dab. So I got March Madness. I don't know about everybody else, but my bracket has been finished since before the Sweet 16.
Everybody bracket.
Gonzaga
is still on my bracket.
First place. My mother is in first place right now, who knows nothing about anything but Georgia and Illinois. She knows nothing about. She chooses based off mascots, colors. Is now in first place, beating my brother, my twin, and myself. So let's just get into it. I'm going to break it down based off East, West, South, and Midwest. Right now, we are on the road to the Final Four, right? Mm-hmm. Two teams have clinched the Final Four so far. We got Houston and Baylor. Again,
shout out Texas.
We have Houston, University of Houston, and Baylor.
Shout out to Texas.
So coming out at East, right? Strong team, Michigan. Is holding it down for the Big Ten, Michigan. So Michigan tonight will play against UCLA. So if you're up, I'm sure they're going to play right after the Gonzaga game. So stay up for that if you can. Michigan will play today. But let's just talk about how Michigan got to where they're at and how they dominated. So first of all, Michigan blew everybody out. So I don't even need to talk about each person, but let's talk about the rest of the East. Number 2, Bama loses to UCLA. Texas loses to Abilene. I don't even know where that's at.
Abilene Christian? That's West Texas.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
between.
I would have never known.
Between Lubbock and Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. Yeah.
As of today, that school should be talked about more than Texas, UT Austin, because they beat UT Austin 53-52.
That's like getting beat up by your little sister. Something I know.
Get out of there. So again, Bama loses number 2 to UCLA, and again, Michigan is playing against UCLA tonight. And again, this is the road to the Final Four. So whoever wins will move on and secure that seat in the East. Let's move on to the West. Gonzaga is playing right now. Well, I'm sorry, Gonzaga's playing right now. Of course, Heero, that's your team. But I do have a question for you, Heero, real quick. Where is Gonzaga located?
Hey, I know this.
That you love them so much.
I'm gonna.
If you miss this, I'm gonna be really upset.
Daffy knows I don't know.
Go with the obvious answer.
New Mexico.
Why would your decision?
Washington.
Gonzaga's in Washington?
Washington.
Okay, I'm also a person that didn't know that Fighting Irish was in Indiana for a long time.
That's ridiculous because we live across the street, literally from state line, which is Indiana. That's a shame.
I figured that out way too late in my life.
The West and who is the number 1 seed. So of course it is Gonzaga. So we got a couple people that lost that were a lot of high seeds lost this year, which is crazy. So Iowa number 2 loses to Oregon number 7, right? It wasn't even close. Iowa scored 80 points. Oregon scored 95. 95. I'm sorry. So that wasn't even close. And if you remember, before March Madness started, Illinois had to play against Iowa. And I was so scared because I thought they were going to lose. But they ended up beating Iowa. But anyways, Those losers. Okay, moving on. Number 3, Kansas loses to USC.
Oh my goodness.
Number 6.
Mm.
Right? 51-83. Like, who's playing in these
You
games?
got the brakes beat off you.
Like, number 3 seed against number 6 loses. All right, whatever. So now, tonight, for the trip to the Final Four, coming out of the West is going to be USC versus Gonzaga. If you're smart and you've watched Gonzaga, you understand that they are undefeated. So if they lose tonight, that would be a statement coming out of USC. But
Brandon's upset about KU.
I doubt that happens. And again, some of the teams that I'm not talking about is because it just didn't make a difference. Okay, so Gonzaga's coming out of the West, and again today they are playing to secure a seat in the Final Four coming out of the West. Let's move on to the South. So Baylor has already secured a seat, right? Coming out of the South.
Mm-hmm.
So Ohio State loses to Oral Roberts. Does anybody know where that's at?
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, right there, smack dab in the middle, and it was founded by Oral Roberts. He was a televangelist back in the 50s.
Eric is the only person I know who knew that.
My mother used to live in Tulsa. So,
that's what's up. So
I was going to say it was the
State,
toothbrush guy.
Yes, Ohio State. Number
no,
2.
not Oral B, bro.
Not Oral B. Come on. Yes, that's what I said. I was like, and when I saw the initials, I was like, Orlando. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know.
ORU.
So I had to look them up, and I was like, oh, Oral Roberts.
Is there anyone from the SWAC still in the tournament?
What?
No. What?
Why would you even ask? You expect the UAPB to be balling?
Hey, we made it once. Hey, why just slow up? We made it once.
When was this?
2016.
Terrible. I can't talk either. Coming out of the MAC. I won't speak on that. So I'll keep quiet. But anyway, so Ohio State loses to Oral Roberts. It was a close game, 72-76. That was probably a hard pill to swallow for Ohio State. Again, they were the number 2 seed out of the South. Purdue, the number 4 seed, loses to North Texas. So Texas is like fueled.
Balling.
They are balling from all regions, north, south, you name it. They are balling. So again, Baylor, we got North Texas, Abilene. I never heard of. Like, these people are just doing really well coming out of Texas. Too bad y'all don't have to keep y'all mask on. No shots, no shades.
Hey! Look in the camera real quick.
No shades.
I still got it. Your boy still got his mask on. I'm one of the few Texans with good sense.
Shout out to Eric, man. He's the only person that got good sense. So again, Purdue, number 4, is out. North Texas goes the 7th seed, goes ahead and moves on. Baylor again just dog walked Arkansas, and again to secure their seat in the Final Four. So Baylor will be the team representing the South in the Final Four. I saved the Midwest for last because it really pains me to even talk about these idiots. As you may or may have not known, that Illinois was the number 1 seat for the Midwest, meaning U of I, University of Illinois, at Urbana-Champaign. My twin went there, which made me feel that, you know what, I have faith in them. I typically go with the schools that he went to have faith. So I used Illinois as my champion in the middle, taking it, beating Michigan to secure the championship. Well, you know I was wrong. So
Fair.
Let's just break it down. Let's just break down Illinois' tour and how quickly it ended. Illinois dog walks Drexel, right? 78-49.
Drexel.
78-49, right? Illinois then loses. And let me tell you who was at this game, who risked her health at 101 years old at this game. Sister Jean.
I thought she was on Loyola's side.
That's what I'm saying. I'm getting to it. Sister Jean was at this game when Illinois, it was a Battle of Chicago, right? Battle of the State, Illinois versus Loyola Chicago. Sister Jean is there. She got her jacket on, got her walker, got a scarf on, her mask. She is there, front row center. Same seat she sits in, okay? And remember, March Madness is being held in Indiana, for those who don't know. So Illinois loses. I mean, and they don't just lose; they get smacked, 58-71.
You gotta hit the church mother wall. You gotta put your finger up and quietly.
And what is she? And let me tell you the shade that Sister Jean said. Because after this win, right, Loyola just keeps winning, and she's like, it started off with 9 teams from the Big Ten, and now look what's left. It's just 1 team. So she's pretty much talking about Michigan and Baylor. She didn't realize Michigan and Baylor are still in there, but she shades everybody who's lost number 1 seeds.
Hey, who gonna talk bad to this old lady?
I talk bad to her.
No, let's get to it. So then they lose, Loyola. They get smacked. So while they talking all that smack, they lose too. So what was funny was a meme that I saw was with Sister Jean, right, in her wheelchair, and of course her face is no longer there. They put Jordan.
Why they do the old lady?
I'm gonna find the picture and put it up.
Oh, that's so petty. It's so petty.
But that's what you get though, because they just won 1 game. You needed to calm down.
The internet is undefeated.
That might be the last game she sees. I mean,
hey,
low key.
So yes. So as we keep moving on now, again, coming out of the Midwest is a major team, and I'm talking about the University of Houston. The University of Houston is the number 2 seed out of the Midwest. I mean, they go on a butt-kicking spree. Houston beats Cleveland State, the number 15 seed. Now, Cleveland State, of course, they were the talk because they were called the underdogs. They thought that they were going to go really far. Houston was like, pause. Nah. They end up beating the dog crap out of them, 87-56. Number 3 seed is West Virginia. West Virginia beats Moorhead again. Not even close, 84-67. Tennessee loses to Oregon State, and again, Tennessee is the number 5 seed.
Can you say Oregon again, real quick?
No, it's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oregon. That's how I pronounce it. Oregon.
I say Oregon.
Because isn't it Oregon?
This is a personal thing for me. I feel really self-conscious when people ask me to say states that I don't really know how to pronounce. So thank you for that.
I would have called it Oregon State. Yeah.
Yeah, I call it Oregon.
They lose 70-56. Oklahoma is the number 4 seed, Oklahoma State. They beat Liberty, which was going to be known, 69-60.
Barely.
Barely. You're right. Houston again. Houston barely won against number 10 seed Rutgers. So Houston again is the number 2 seed, but they pull away 63-60. They're still in it. West Virginia then loses to Syracuse University. Ooh, very close. 75-72. Very close. So number 3 seed out. Oklahoma State loses to Oregon State. It's number 4 seed versus number 12 seed. 4 seed out. So crazy. And that was 80-10. So if you have all these high seeds advancing, your bracket is
then let me ask a question real quick. Is it bad placement, or is it just these teams are that good?
The teams are good.
The teams are good. So when I watched the Illinois game versus Loyola Chicago, everything Loyola Chicago shots went into the basket. Everything. It didn't matter how wild it was, it went in. When it came to Illinois playing, they missed key shots that they normally hit on a regular. They were doing that all season. So, and then a team like Loyola, if you give them the chance, because Illinois never led that entire game. Never. So when you let a team continuously rack up points, it's going to be hard to come back. I mean, they had a deficit of I remember halftime, they were down 12 points. I mean, that's a lot of points to come back from, especially from a team who is the underdog, right? And if it's their goal to knock off the 1 seed, and that's what they did. They knocked off the number 1 seed. So number 3, number 4, you're given that ranking for a reason. You've worked all season to get to where you're at. And when these little teams like Oregon State, Rutgers, and all these people that come up, and get their opportunity to face you off, they're going to give it 110%. Because they want to be able to say, I knocked off the number 4 seed, and I'm number 15. So, yeah. So, Oregon State beats Oklahoma State 80-70. And again, like I said, Illinois lost to Loyola Chicago 71-58, knocks off the number 1 seed. Loyola Chicago loses again. So now Loyola Chicago, the number 8 seed, loses to Oregon State, number 12 seed. So now number 12 seed knocks off number 8, 65-58. Again, Houston dominating. Houston beats Syracuse 62-46. Number 2 seed knocks off the number 11. Houston then beats Oregon State, right? Because Oregon State knocked off Loyola Chicago. Houston beats Oregon State 67-61. After that, they secured their seat at the table in the Final Four. So Houston is in. Baylor is in. Houston will play against Baylor. Right now, we're waiting to see who is going to have a seat from the East and the South. So we have Gonzaga playing, and we have Michigan playing, number 1 seeds, playing against, I don't even know what these seeds are. Let me see. They're not high enough.
What's going to be more eventful for T. Nafi? Gonzaga having an undefeated record? I just want to see them win. It's undefeated.
Yeah, so Gonzaga's playing against USC tonight. Since it's already been madness, I would love to see USC knock off Gonzaga. I mean, it's been that crazy. Funny. It's been that crazy this entire. I mean, look at what's left. There's only 2 number 1 seeds left. You know what I'm saying? So it's been crazy already. I would love to see USC knock off Gonzaga because Gonzaga's at that mindset that I'm undefeated. You're sending me the number 6 seed to play against me. I'm undefeated. Okay, sure. I'll see you tonight. USC may be going into this like I got a chance like to knock off Gonzaga. That be their first loss. That'll be big to say I gave you your first L, and I also took the first seat in the Final Four. So like that'll be a statement to say I'm coming out of the West. I beat you in the West where it really mattered. I didn't beat you in the season, but I beat you when it mattered. And then of course Michigan playing against UCLA. UCLA is the number 11 seat. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And again, it's just look at this, California, right? USC, UCLA. They're doing it for the state of California right now. They're trying to put a statement on. So I'm not mad. I mean, Gonzaga again. If you watch them play this entire season, you know that USC doesn't have a chance. But I don't know. Maybe USC prayed. Maybe USC prayed on it. I don't know. Same thing with UCLA. I don't think they even have a chance to even score 20 against Michigan. But good luck. You know, it's March Madness. This is what we live for. We live for madness.
Okay, so then final predictions, everybody. Who's winning it all?
Who takes it?
Everyone
H-Town, stay down.
Everyone put your answer. I'm going with Gonzaga, even though I thought they were from New Mexico. I just feel like that's a very roll-off-your-tongue type name, but I was wrong.
Wow, Heero. Wow. I'm talking about
I refuse to be judged by geography. I'm not a geographer.
Okay. I'm going for... You know what? I left Chicago and went where first? I'm going for the H. I'm riding with Houston.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody?
It's funny how we said H-Town hold it down for Texas and not Baylor.
Oh, that's true. But see, I ain't like Baylor.
Well, me and Heero got issues with Baylor for other reasons.
Like
in fact, you'll be surprised how quickly Baylor's going to come back in this conversation. But for what it's worth, that has been the breakdown.
I'm gonna go with Houston.
Going with Houston. All right.
I'm going with Houston, man. I'm going with Houston. They worked really hard this season, even to secure the number 2 seed. I mean, like I said, it came between them and Illinois, and they're up there. So I would like to see them take it. All Something different for a change. People ain't expecting that. I would like to see it.
Wouldn't Gonzaga be different?
No, Heero. Gonzaga has won before.
Oh.
Gonzaga has been like the number 1 seed for a while. It's not nothing new.
Oh, okay.
No. Same thing with Michigan. Same thing with Baylor. I mean, look at Baylor's women's. I mean, I should have broke down the women's side too. But
the Baylor women are out,
man, that's kind of sexist, Nafi.
It is. It's Women History Month too. Yikes. Well, charge it to my head, not my heart.
Well,
so that's been my tea.
Okay.
And thanks for listening.
The tea.
I'm gonna get my cup coming soon.
It's not coming out of our budget, but we thank Nafi for her tea.
Clearly,
we appreciate her giving us this insight into sports. As me and Eric had no interest. I'm actually well invested now. I feel like I should watch the Final Four now. You guys should watch the Final Four too, and then we'll come back in.
2 games tonight. 2 games. Let's not forget. West and the East are battling tonight for seats at the table. Who will it be? Baylor versus USC, UCLA versus Michigan. The battle of California, Michigan, Texas. What
All
do you
right.
in?
Don't leave this channel to go watch that. We'll finish watching this and then go watch that, and then come back after the Final Four and tell us if we were right or wrong in the comment section below. The best way to do that is on YouTube. The best way to find us is on YouTube. But if not, you can find us on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere. As Eric likes to say, Visa. But Eric, we want to support a great cause, and what is that?
Endurance 24, man. We got two teachers from TF North. Shout out to Heero and Nafi and the other sibling that shall not be named because he really don't be pulling up on us like that.
Leave my twin alone, man.
Hey, listen, I know he has an obligation that prevents him from pulling up with us, so we give him a
He sent me. I'm his better half. He sent me.
You know what? That's true. Okay. So the Endurance 24 hours, 24 miles, doing it for the kids, doing it for some graduating seniors, giving out scholarships to vocational school, college, university, or entrepreneurship. So please I know y'all, hey, Friday is payday for a lot of y'all. Thursday probably payday. Man, y'all going in the piggy bank.
Ain't no April Fools. Get that money. Anyway, don't April Fool us.
No. Don't do that. And put some change in there. And don't April Fool and say the identity booth sent you in here. Don't do that. Let's go in there and drop something in the bucket. That's it.
Nah, for sure. We appreciate you, Nafi. Thank you so much. We will be sizing
Shout
up
out to
the camera.
Keisha. Bo.
I hope that in the side, slow it down and we can catch the five. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. We're working overtime. And I'm sleep deprived, shorty on